Alright, we're back here in Game 2 of this two-game series between Reason Gaming and Team Shrek is Love. As Reason Gaming, if you don't know, took Game 1 in a pretty quick fashion.
Let's get it on.
And obviously this game was remade all-pick because I don't know why, it's a replay cast. So that's all I know, and once again I forgot to do this, so let's do it before anything actually happens. So I can go straight into the what is the lineup type analysis. And Legion side going to start off with Empath, Warbeast, Pestilence, and Glacius Drunken Master. So likely looking at a Suicide Warbeast here and double dual lanes. I'm thinking we'll see DM in the middle and Pesty in the bot. So once again, running that short lane Pestilence, and a strategy that did not work out for them last game. So interesting that they choose to double down here. Figuring we didn't hit the first time, but that must have been a fluke, right? Couldn't possibly because these pesty solo bot or the pesty bottom strategy isn't very good. I don't know. We're about to test that theory here, and I suspect that we're going to find it lacking, but you never know. Meanwhile, Hellborn side going to start off with Vindicator, Pebbles, Nymphora, Rhapsody, and Keeper of the Forest. So Zane on that Keeper going to be in the bottom lane, and in the middle we're likely to see Rhapsody along with Pebbles. Actually, Vindicator going to be in the middle. Okay. In this short, we're actually going to have the Pebbles and Nymphora. Alright. I didn't see that coming. I don't particularly like it, but hey, I'm open to new things. It's a scrim. This is where you try stuff out. Sorry, I'm eating a piece of candy right now, and that seems to me like... It didn't occur to me, apparently. That would be a bad idea to start eating a piece of candy right before I start guessing a game, but... Hey, whatever. I guess we'll just live with it. Anyway, so both sides going for that more melee initiator role in the short lane. Of course, you have to realize that the Hellborn do have a hard carry of their own running in the middle, and Drunken can certainly be a carry-type hero, but not quite to the level that Vindy can be. Obviously, Drunken a lot less farm-reliant than Vindicator is, as Vindicator without items can be more or less terrible. So we'll see how Imboboy is able to progress this game. Obviously, that's the major thing, as we almost never see Vindicator, but every so often we will, and then he'll do pretty well. Sorry, there might be some awkward pauses, as once again, eating a piece of candy, which is, in hindsight, a stupid thing to have done, but hey, I'm not very smart sometimes. Anyway, top lane here should be won by Pebbles and Nymphora, pretty much no doubt. Warbeast is going to maintain lane control here with his hounds, but even if he does so, I think Pebbles absolutely has the advantage. Meanwhile, mid lane, actually, Drunken Master can jump in onto a couple there. Going to take some harassment, though. Obviously, Scottish stuns are done, so won't be able to get any more aggression. And having to pop a health pot here. Once again, though, there we have some initiation here. Rhapsody looking for the last auto attack. They actually will get Drunken Master before they get the kill onto Adro there. So, obviously, pretty substantially in favor of the Hellborn side. We'll see if Imboy can pick up the last hit. No. Unable to do so, as he ends up getting the Bloodlust there on Drunken Master and losing Rhapsody in the process. But absolutely a good trade as they trade support for the farmer, and they pick up the Bloodlust on their carry in the meantime. So things already not starting out particularly well here for the Hellborn side, or for the Legion side, I mean. And for Zeal still going to catch Warbeast here a little bit, but obviously not doing too much. We'll aggro the neutral creeps a little bit. And still looking for lane control here, not quite able to find it. Bottom lane Pestilence. Losing a bit of lane control himself, as it looks like Zane on that Keeper is going to be able to grab some CS here. Only level 2 though, compared to Pestilence's level 4, so that's pretty significant. The lane once again drunk and gonna get some aggression there, but won't be too much. And top lane Zealstone going on in War Beast, but not a lot. I mean, these lanes are generally fairly passive. It's going to be really hard for Pestilence to kill Keeper and vice versa. It's going to be fairly difficult for anybody in the middle lane to pick up kills. Obviously, we saw the Bloodlust and the return kill, but, you know, 3.5 minutes in, not that much. And since then, it's only been minor aggression. There hasn't been too much, I'm going to kill you type play. Similar stuff with top lane, where we might have the highest potential for a kill. And if we're here looking for something, try to set up a Zeal, try and get Pebbles close enough for the stun chuck combo. Zealstone will hit on both ends, Stalagmites go down, and the chuck, one more auto attack will finish him off. Hurlesque in the last hit there. So right as I say, not too much potential for aggression. They give the lane a kill in the top lane, which is no doubt the best kill lane for either side. Obviously, much more in favor of the Hellborn than the Legion, but War Beast without escape mechanism until level 6, and with 2 stuns plus the chuck here for the guys on Reason. Obviously, the potential for some nice aggression and some good kills. Bottom lane here, Empath actually hasn't been doing too much, really. At least it hasn't seemed like she has. I don't actually know. I haven't been focusing on this lane too much just because it doesn't really matter. 330 gold per minute on Pestilence, which is nice, but who really cares? I have the same problem now as I did then, is Pestilence is not a hero that needs the short lane, and he's not a hero that does much with it. Middle lane, meanwhile, going to be jump onto Imboboy. He takes the freeze, but they're going to try to turn this onto Drunken Master. One bar attack will finish him off, actually. He's trying to set the bottle there and get away. Will do so. They will finish him off, and the kill onto Glacius. So excellently played there by Imboboy, using that Brain Drain to snipe out Mr. Drunken Master, as well as give him just enough to use that last auto attack and finish off Glacius. Top lane War Beast could be in a lot of trouble as Rhapsody's looking for the flank. And I think he got spotted there. At the very least, War Beast feeling like something's up and not wanting to go further ahead in this lane. Andro will back off a little bit, and as a result, Count Crapula here on this War Beast will feel a little bit more safe. Looks like Hellborn's actually doing quite a lot to push on this tower, and they're going to get it.
The
Chuck there will finish it off.
A Legion tower.
And Rhapsody once again looking for the flank, trying to get a kill on this War Beast before he turns level 6. Or another kill, I should say, as they already obviously have one. Before we can get chased down by the Hellhounds here a little bit. And we'll stop off to the side to pick up a health potion. DD Rune on Vindicator, obviously helping him CS a little bit. Missing that last one though. And with that DD Rune available, obviously Drunken and Glacius not super interested in initiating. Actually, there goes the Staccato Stuns and the Brain Drain. Obviously notable as well that Vindicator is level 6 compared to level 5 on Drunken. No doubt a result out of those 3 kills. Grave Locket gets picked up by him, as apparently he's feeling some early aggression. I do feel like that's a really underrated item, by the way. And just it's so much stats for so little once it gets charged, and obviously the respawn timer reduction is extremely valuable, especially for a carry. If you get caught out, then not losing quite as much farm time is quite a nice asset. Of course, you're not supposed to die in the first place, but let's assume that nobody's perfect, and eventually you will. Ancients are aborted here. Interesting. Adro's choosing to do that. Let's see if M4 is going to try to stack here. Actually, it won't, so just hanging around there. I don't know if she knows they're already, or she already knows that they're What am you talking about? That's Reason's hero. Why would you try to stack Ancient's here? Meanwhile, jump as Drunken Master's going to try to find this Empath coming in from the bottom. They will be able to pick off Drunken first of all, and Glacier's going to be next to fall. We'll see if Imboboy can actually get out of this. One more auto attack? No, he cannot. Catapult actually finishes him off. In the meantime, though, Empath also does fall, so ends up being a 3-for-1 there, with Imboboy being the only casualty. Not the worst thing in the world, really. Not the greatest, but they do kill both supports and Drunken Master for him, and I think they'll take that. 7-2 hero kill advantage so far here for the Legion side, as an M4 port going to come in here on top of Warbeast, who will be in some trouble. Portal Key already picked up by Pebbles, and that's going to be a kill. M4 nearly dying in the process as she was already quite low, and took some tower aggro as well. But she does survive, and Probusk here with a Portal Key and Portal Key and Steam Boots at under 9 minutes. I mean, that's insane. He's sitting at nearly 500 GPM. He must have almost perfect CS. 63 and 15. Actually, Pestilence not doing that too bad in that regard either. 57 and 27, but still only 340 gold per minute considering that Probusk has 2 kills to his 0. So, once again, Pesty needs to get involved. If you're going to give the solo lane to Pestilence, and that's fine, he needs to be a little bit more involved. I guess he can't really do so much until he gets his Portal Key, but yeah, on the one side you've got the Pebbles, who's already making splashes. And on the other side, you've got Pestilence, who's not so much. And it's easy to say, oh, Pebbles got an early Portal Key, because he did, because he got that early kill, which was nice, but then how come they didn't get a kill on Keeper of the Forest with Empath? Meanwhile, in the middle lane, Drunken Master going to get jumped as well. Chuck will finish him off. As Probusk takes the Ice Imprisonment, but obviously it doesn't really matter. And the reason that spell is kind of garbage is you can imprison somebody, but it doesn't stop them from using spells like a stun would. I'm not a huge fan of Glacius myself as a support, or really as a hero in general. I feel like the one thing that he does that's unique, which is the Mana Aura, is pretty much never used. Everybody goes for the Ice Imprisonment Tundra Blast build as the standard.
The Hellborn
and I can understand why. I mean, it's a pretty heavy damage output, but if you're going to do something like that, why not get Master of Arms? He's better. His ultimate's better, his spells are better. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, we're going to see jump once again onto Pestilence, and he's definitely going to die. So, addressing Pesty already, and he was just about to pick up his Portal Key. I think he actually had the gold for it. Yeah, he definitely did. And that sucks. So, going to be slightly off that PK as a result. In the meantime, they pushed down both top and middle towers, and now it looks like they'll be working down bottom. And full report as that went over here, and they'll catch Empath out. Oh, hello. Empath's like, oh, damn it.
Massacre.
Anyway, 11-2 hero kill advantage now here for Reason, and I suspect this game is going to be over very soon. So, a bit unfortunate that we're getting a couple of relative stomps. I don't think that we could have expected too much else, considering this is Reason versus Team Shrek is Love, which is not exactly a high tier team, and Reason should know enough to be able to stomp them, even if they are picking a little bit of a non-traditional lineup here, obviously with the Vindicator middle and the Pebbles solo short. The lane's definitely, I think, throwing the Legion side for a curve. They did not expect this, I think it's pretty safe to say, and weren't really able to plan for it, weren't really able to adjust to it. Honestly, the best thing to do might have been to transition the Pestilence middle and send Drunken Master bottom, as Drunken definitely has more carry potential than Pestilence. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, could be in some trouble here as he gets rooted down. He drops the stun into Keeper of the Forest, but Probusk is coming in here with the Portal Key off to the side. A couple of ports coming in, though. They're going to try to save him. Stalagmites and the Chuck, though, they're going to actually turn this into Empath. One more auto attack will finish her off. There it is. And Imboboy will get the kill. Pestilence here now going to try to turn this, but the silence goes down, though. And Brain Drain hits a couple here. All of a sudden, Glacius in a lot of trouble. Probusk will be able to help finish off the kill. No, Adro gets actually the last hit. And Probusk does have a Portal Key back up, but the rest of the Legion side is backing out. And they're looking for a secondary tower kill. They should get it. Pestilence finally picking up his Portal Key, which is nice for him, but not the biggest thing ever. Nymphora, meanwhile, going to port up top, on top of Mr. Warbeast, who's going to take a chunk off. And that's just death. So, Probusk here sitting at 511 gold per minute. Imboboy's at 450. The rest of the Legion side is just below 300, except for really Nymphora, I guess, who's just below 250. But regardless, the farm for pretty much everybody on the Hellborn side is pretty awesome. As you look at the Legion, and it's quite sad. And I mean, once again, I think I gotta go back to the draft was not good in either game. Stalagmites go down there, and the Chuck. One more auto, no, Essence Drain doing a lot actually, but Probusk will still get the kill. We'll see if they can actually turn this on to him though, as Warbeats will activate his ultimate, trying to chase him down and do enough damage. But here comes Rhapsody, has the Staccatos available, will drop them onto Pestilence. Warbeast will not be able to do that as Astrolabe goes off, helps to save Probusk. Now, Rhapsody in some trouble. He's trying to get saved. In the meantime, Keeper of the Forest is in the middle of everything. And he's going to take the Ice Imprisonment, but they'll be able to get away. Bound Eye on Rhapsody. As that's where we're at. Rhapsody's just picking up a Bound Eye for laughs. So, once again, Probusk is basically just like, yeah, I'll do whatever I want. If I want to kill your Empath, I'll kill your Empath and I'll get away because my team has pretty awesome support with that Astrolabe and the teleports. It's just not going to happen. And 4 are going to port up top once again onto Warbeast. Doesn't even matter. Probusk is like, yeah, you want to port? Fine. I'm going to just get the kill here, if you don't mind. So, but a split pushing going on here as 3 push this top lane. And then meanwhile, I'm actually... the rest of the Hellborn side will join them, so it looks like they're going to focus mostly on this lane. Double damage rune activated by Vindicator. Going to help take this tower down in the middle lane. Pestilence, though, is in a lot of trouble all of a sudden as Pebbles will jump once again. Staccato's going off, and Zane picks up the last auto attack. And that's pretty much all he did to get that kill, but I don't think they really care at this point in Reason anymore. But 17-2, this game's over. So, a couple of disappointing performances, I think, here from Ogre.
As destroyed a Legion tower.
I'm tempted to say that they tried something new, but they didn't really. I mean, we've seen Pestilence in the solo short lane before. The solo short lane before.
The Hellborn have destroyed a Legion tower.
It just doesn't work. Meanwhile, Pestilence going to jump here off to the side and get the kill. So if that's the game, not a huge surprise. Rhapsody throwing the ultimate down for no reason, but Probusk here, just crazy. 7-0-3 in a 15-minute game. Boy doing really well also. 5-1-3. Adro 4-1-6. Zane 1-0-1. And Saint Rocks 0-0-5. The best support line ever. And for some reason, Pestilence is really interested in trying to get a kill onto somebody, but probably won't even be able to do that. Trying to micro-drunk in here to get this Imba Boy kill, and maybe he will. Maybe Drunken Master will die. Yep, he'll get it. Yay for them. Moral victory, I suppose. Anyway, it's just, I mean, Pestilence solo short is, or Pestilence in the short lane, he wasn't even really solo short. Pestilence in the short lane is something we've seen before. So I don't want to make the mistake of saying this is something new. I don't think it is. And it just doesn't work. And I think maybe Ogre has just learned that lesson for themselves because they tried it twice and it was just no. So Reason here takes the Scrim series 2-0, and they've got to be feeling pretty good about that, while Ogre perhaps has some things to think about. And that'll do it for this series.